What if the biggest financial mistake you're making is one that feels completely normal? Not risky, not irresponsible, not even noticeable. Just normal. Because for most people, the path into long-term financial stress doesn't start with a bad decision. It starts with a reasonable one. You graduate. You get your first job. Let's say you're earning $60,000 a year in the US, or around 40,000 to 45,000 euros in parts of Europe. After taxes, that becomes roughly $3,500 a month. Now, life begins. Rent, $1,400. Car payment, $400. Insurance plus utilities, $300. Groceries, $400. Subscriptions, phone, small expenses, $300. You haven't done anything extreme, you're not living luxuriously, and yet you're left with about $700. That's where the second layer begins. You don't feel broke, so you upgrade small things. A better phone, a weekend trip, eating out more often. You tell yourself, I deserve this, I'm working hard. And technically, you can afford it because credit cards exist. Now that $700 buffer, it disappears quietly. And then something subtle happens. Your lifestyle is no longer supported by your income. It's supported by your future income. Let's slow this down. You carry a $5,000 balance on a credit card at around 20% interest. Minimum payments feel manageable, maybe $150 a month. But here's what's actually happening. You're paying roughly $1,000 per year just in interest, not reducing your life stress, not improving your future, just maintaining your current lifestyle. Now add a car loan, maybe $20,000 at 6 to 8%. That's another few thousand lost over time. Student loans, another layer. Individually, each decision feels acceptable. Together, they form a system. The system isn't designed to trap you aggressively. It doesn't need to. It works because it aligns perfectly with human psychology. You value comfort today more than stability tomorrow. You measure affordability based on monthly payments, not total cost. And most importantly, you compare your life to people around you, not to your actual financial position. So if your coworkers lease cars, you lease one. If your friends travel, you travel. Not because you're careless, but because you're human. Debt doesn't just affect your bank account. It reshapes your decisions. When your fixed expenses are high, you lose flexibility. You can't easily quit a stressful job. You can't take a lower paying opportunity with better growth. You can't pause and think. You become dependent. Not on luxury, but on continuity. You need the next paycheck to maintain the last decision. This is what the rat race actually is. Not working hard, but working in a way where stopping becomes risky. Let's project this forward. If you spend 5 to 10 years in this cycle, your income may increase, but so will your expenses. Better apartment, better car, more commitments. From the outside, your life improves. From the inside, your margin stays the same or shrinks. And that's why many people earning 100K plus still feel financially tight, because income growth without behavioral change just scales the same problem. Now here's where things shift. Some people exit this cycle. Not dramatically, not publicly, quietly. They don't earn drastically more in the beginning. They don't take extreme risks. They simply see the system differently. They don't ask, can I afford this monthly? They ask, what does this lock me into? They understand that every fixed cost is a future obligation. Every loan is a reduction in flexibility. So they don't avoid spending, they avoid dependency. When they get a raise, they don't immediately upgrade their lifestyle. Not because they're disciplined in the motivational sense, but because they've seen the math. They know that increasing fixed costs reduces optionality, and optionality is the real form of wealth. The ability to say no, the ability to wait, the ability to change direction. They're not chasing freedom emotionally, they're protecting it structurally. They still live in the same cities, they still work similar jobs, but their decisions look slightly different. They delay upgrades longer than others expect. They treat that as a constraint, not a tool. They let their income outgrow their lifestyle, quietly. And over time, something interesting happens. Their margin grows. Not dramatically at first, but steadily. And that margin becomes time. Time to think, time to plan, time to choose. Escaping the rat race isn't about quitting your job or making a huge financial move. It's about understanding how small, normal decisions compound into long-term constraints. Most people don't fail financially, they just never step outside the system they slowly built. And the people who do don't look very different. They just think one step ahead. Not emotionally, not dramatically, just clearly.